Hey, this is Michelle, the Education and Outreach Manager with a Step Ahead Chattanooga. A Step Ahead Chattanooga provides information about and free access to long-term reversible birth control, IUDs and implants, for free to any woman in Southeast Tennessee who wants it. At a Step Ahead Chattanooga, we understand that the world is changing every day, but birth control is more important now than ever. And that is why we strive to be adaptive and responsive to our clients' changing needs. Clients can now visit a stepaheadchattanooga.org resources for information and resources on taking control of their reproductive health in the face of uncertainty. Clients can also receive an individualized plan to meet their immediate birth control needs by calling 423-265-STEP. Today, I had the pleasure of speaking with Tessa Cadet of the Wild Woman Studio about natural methods of birth control. While Tessa's views are not necessarily the views of a Step Ahead Chattanooga, we work to make sure women are educated on all of their options when it comes to their reproductive health. Welcome, Tessa. Thank you for being willing to come on with a Step Ahead and offer your expertise in natural methods for birth control. And here, this is a very challenging time that all women are facing when we're talking about our reproductive health. Tell us a little bit about who you are and the work that you do in the community, and how long you've been working with natural methods.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I'm Tessa Cadet, and I'm the owner and founder of the Wild Woman Studio. And my offices are located off of Lee Highway and with Nutrition World. And so I have been servicing our women in the community here at this location for about 9 months. And my start with all of this came from having two daughters of my own and wanting them to have a better understanding of their menstrual cycles and having more celebration. I created a workshop for women, and I quickly found out that it wasn't just our women that needed it, but our teens and our tweens that really benefited from this information as well. We often refer to the rhythm method when we are referencing calendars or any type of tracking based off of a number calendar. So this might be a phone period app. This could be your calendar on your wall. This could be even things like LUNAR trackers, which we'll get into a little bit later. And so when we think of rhythm method, we're really looking at the calendar. Fertility awareness method, we're going more into when you are a little bit hands-on with your awareness. So this is getting into when you're checking sometimes your body temperature every morning. Sometimes it can be as simple as just checking your cervical mucus, a little bit more tactile ways of tracking your fertility.
Do these methods help women understand when they should not and should have sex? I mean, especially if they're not wanting to be pregnant, right?
I think you and I have spoken about this before, that really the accuracy based around these methods is about consistency. You have to be consistent with whatever method you're using, and that could be even with a pharmaceutical birth control. If you're not consistent with it, it's not going to work as effectively. So the same thing with natural methods. You have to be consistent.
Can you kind of explain what happens during a menstrual cycle?
Yeah, so it's important to note that your menstrual cycle, your day one actually starts with your first day of flow, your first day of bleeding. When we are tracking, our first phase is our follicular phase, and that's before an egg is ever even released. So this is when you're menstruating, when your endometrium, your lining is shedding, if you didn't in fact not get pregnant at this time. And so from then we go into our ovulatory phase, which is when our egg is released and travels through the fallopian tube. And that is where, if you are trying to get pregnant, is your prime opportunity to do so. And if you are not, then this is the phase in which you do not want to have unprotected sex. Then you go into your luteal phase, which is after your egg releasing. I agree that on average, a woman's cycle is 28 days, and ovulation occurs on day 14. And while ovulation occurs on day 14, your most fertile window happens the day before ovulation and the day after ovulation. This is a great way to really know when you are ovulating. So your cervical mucus will become almost egg white in color, and it will be very stretchy, and you'll be able to literally see it stretch between your two fingers. And you can check this when you're going to the bathroom. You can look in your underwear, and this is the time when you can tell then that you are the most fertile.
How fertile is a man when compared to a woman?
Men are able to produce millions of sperm with one ejaculation. We know that women are only able to carry a viable pregnancy once almost a year. Men are way more capable of procreating in a short amount of time than women. And with that information, it leaves way that men are just as responsible for fertility as we are. This is a way to track your phases of your cycle, and it's really cut up into 4 main phases, which is your menstrual phase, your pre-ovulation, your ovulation, and then your premenstrual. After you do 2 or 3 of these, you'll start to create this really beautiful mosaic of your menstrual health. Okay, so this is a filled out lunar tracker, and I kind of used our current present day dates here. So if you were to start your period, that's where you would see first day of period, and you're going to put the date on there. So you'd start with April 8th, and as you can see, it goes 9th, 10, 11, 12, all the way around. And the little droplets that you see, those are indications of the days that you are flowing, the days that you're bleeding. And so you can also, what's really important too, is that you're noting what color of blood is that you have coming out, whether it's brown or it's fresh red blood.
And then I see you have the ovulation indicated with the summer phase.
And so that's where you also see that 3-day fertility window that I've marked right there. Having sex unprotected around those fertility windows, then this is also, a time where you can better plan. And so when we honor this kind of rhythm in the cycle, you can do a lot with it. This is what I call a menstrual bracelet and or a fertility bracelet. And so it kind of it will track your menstrual cycle and or your fertility cycle, however you choose to use it. And so your little gem that has the hook on it will actually move. Every morning you move it over 1 bead. So there's 28 beads on this bracelet. And as you can see, the pink here indicates your 7 days of your flow, and it goes into your fertility window, which is your white bead. And then the embellished bead there is day 14. And then 2 days of fertility after that. And then you go into your black beads, which are indicating for when you are not fertile. Everything that I have researched and just my interaction with women and clients, the top 3 period trackers that you can download mostly for free on your smartphones are Clue, Flow, and Ovia. The more information that you give that app or that piece of paper is the more of the full picture that you can get back when you're really trying to figure something out.
I just want to say thank you for talking to us about all these natural methods and knowing how to use these methods effectively and giving us tools at this time, because it's really hard for us to get in to talk to our healthcare providers. We're just taking our reproductive health in our own hands at this point, and sometimes that can be scary. So I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us and educate women about other options and natural options. Thanks again, Tessa.